Well, well, well. Welcome to the Architect of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right. You found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, Pete. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go!
Hey, hello and welcome all you architects of fate. And I want to turn off my volume before I am doing things. Welcome. We're going to hop right into it. Thanks, Felix, for getting us warmed up. And this is Star Trek Adventures Strange New Playtest. We have a bunch of new people. We had people who were interested in playing Star Trek and also people who were interested in seeing what the new rule set is, what little we've got of it from Modifius, their second edition. And luckily enough, a nice person named Fred Love has put together a play test or an adventure called the Celestial Algorithm for us to play through, as well as a set of pre-generated characters that we'll be using because they're the only ones that have all the rules built in. And so what I want to do is, joining me tonight are three really great players and one slug. And you guys are going to have to decide who that is amongst yourselves. We're going to have a vote at the end. So hopefully that'll be good. So what I want to do is go down the list, and what I'm going to start, Venomous, I'm going to start with you if that's okay. And what I want you to do is who you... So I'm going to put that back. Why don't you talk about a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your character, and there you go.
Hi, I'm Venomous Toucan. Usually I'm playing horror games, but Mort told me about this and said it was going to be fun, and I said, okay! Because I like a good time. I am playing Commander Zathras Thraquil, and I look forward to seeing how far I can keep these pink skins alive.
main scene. Gonna go back to my main scene. Nope, didn't seem to mess him up. And Dr. Vorel, Mortis, I was gonna call on you next.
I am playing the Vulcan Dr. Vorl. I think in the one shot as it's written, the character may have been female, but I'm probably going to play that as a male. I just don't do voices real well, and I think it would be a travesty to not lean into the character as much as I could. So, gonna have fun with this. I've never played a Vulcan before, so should be interesting. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to tip the hat to that or not, that they may occasionally crack a smile or something. I think with the catchphrase, I'm gonna have to come up with a signature gesture like the handguns or something.
We'll see how that goes. And then what I'm going to do is bring up MSU Super Camp and
Hey guys, I'm Cameron. I've been playing a couple different Star Trek games here on Architects of Fate, so this is my third character that I'm running at the same time, so you can catch me every Monday on one of two shows as well as tonight. And I am playing Lieutenant Commander Burke Ben Jaxa. I am a Tellarite, and I am from a mining world, a colony of Tellarites, not the home world. And I am here to help these humans as well as others because they need all the help they can get. And if there's no solution to your problem, invent one.
we're getting out. We're going in hot on the gaming tonight. Rowdy Rob, let's have you round us up.
Sure. So my name's Rob. You can call me Robbie. I'm a longtime TTRPGer. I'm normally playing in that other galaxy far, far away, but I am very excited to join my first love, playing Star Trek Second Edition tonight. I will be playing the lovely Zoe Hernandez. And I will not be doing any special voices for Zoe, but she's a very special character. I'm excited to have some fun with Zoe tonight. So look forward to this.
Oh, thanks. And let me see. I'm going to close up on myself to see. Oh, I'm fascinated. All right. I'm going to be the GM for the evening. And I'm also going to be taking on the role of Commodore Nella Zen of the U.S.S. Challenger. So she's been around a bit, and she participated. The Challenger came in at that tag end of the Klingon War because we are using the Discovery Universe stuff right now. That's what's there, and so we're ready to. She's ready to rock and roll. She's a very hands-on kind of person, much to the chagrin of her entire crew. So I want to say welcome everybody. It's a strange new playtest. I'm gonna move a couple things around so I can see them because I have a way bigger monitor than I need to. The episode is Celestial Algorithm, and what we're gonna do initially is I'm gonna just open up with a captain's log and just get that out of the way because I think that's, if I can actually remember where that is. Yeah. Captain's log. Stardate 2260.5. Admiral Tashar of Starbase 23 has ordered the Challenger to investigate some spatial anomalies in this sector. We're proceeding through although the readings are inconsistent at best. And then she punches out the button on her chair, and leans back and let me see. I know who the two non-players are on the bridge. Who else? Where does everybody want to start the story? Because you're proceeding, to investigate an anomaly, but that's not your whole day because you're Starfleet, and anomalies are just there's so many anomalies it's hard to call them anomalous anymore.
They're more the rule.
Yeah, they're more that. And if anybody wants to make those jokes, that would be great. I don't know if we needed a conference or anything, but if I'm not mistaken, Commander Zethus is up over, and I'm going to have to say we don't have the weapons station, so I'm going to set you at the nav where you can operate weapons from, because there's controversy about how that works. Who else is where?
I'll be at the engineering station on the bridge calibrating the warp intermix.
Okay.
Making sure my engines are tip-top.
All right. And then finally, Dr. Vorol.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be on the bridge just kind of pecking around, being nosy.
Hanging out. Not sure why.
Yeah, Zoe will be on the bridge too. She's a bit of a workaholic, even though.
I apologize. Yeah, Zoe's over on the
even though
scanners. I saw two blue shirts, and all I can say is I'm lucky I'm not mixing these up with the Andorians. Who needed to be a bit more centered? Rob?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, give me a sec. It's kind of nice to have somebody run tech some days, but today is not that day. Okay, well, here we go. We unlock you. I'm just glad you're not like bouncing all over.
Yeah, that's better.
There we go. Thank you, guys. Let me know if you got any other things. What's your good side? What's your bad side? Okay. Nella's like gonna. You guys want to make any observations about Nebula or anything? Right now, she's going to address Zoe and go, Lieutenant, do you have a reading or do you not have a reading on this stuff? I mean, I know the Admiral's pretty jumpy. She jumps at her own shadow most of the time, but, they said there's something out here and we're having trouble locking onto it.
Commodore, I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing on these readings, actually.
Okay.
They're fluctuating a lot.
Okay, so as a GM, what I'm going to have you do is look at your science and reason, and you're going to combine those. I think we went through how the dice work, right?
Yep.
All right. Your science and reason is going to be involved, and then the ship can assist you if someone wants to roll that. You can use the ship as a free assist. It rolls a single die. And it has.
I'll roll the ship.
What? Sorry?
I'll roll the ship. What's its score?
Okay. The ship has a sensors of 9 and a science of 3. So it has a functional 12 in assisting. Now, the ship's assist only counts when you actually succeed. So you need a one success to get this party started.
Okay. That is 0 successes. I got a 16,
What?
17 on a 15 combined score.
Oh, God. Yeah, like Zen is, what's your report back? And I don't know if you guys have got hold of the Technobabble builder.
Yep.
If you need a second to look something up as an excuse,
Yep.
I'm here for that.
Yep. The magnesium fetchers are fluctuating, Commander.
Well, that sounds like a bit of an engineering problem. Hey,
Yes.
Ben Jax, have you got anything? Your incisive criticism doesn't seem to extend to the magnesium fluctuations.
No, I'll have to see if they're out of alignment for some reason.
Fetchers are fluctuating. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah.
Two successes.
All right. It looks like I don't know. What do you want to report about the? What do you want to report about either the fix or the lack of it being your fault?
Well, it appears that someone in my cadre has calibrated it wrong. But I was up here on the bridge, as you know, so it was not me.
Okay.
I can perform remote calibration from here, however.
Okay, I believe that 2 successes is more than enough. 1 success was all you needed to kind of recalibrate. And what I'm going to say is if you want to send the other momentum, you can give Zoe a reroll. Because I think that would be kind of kind to you guys.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be...
Transferring station back to you, Lieutenant.
Okay, Lieutenant, let's try this. Now Zen is like curled her chair over to you and says, "Okay, in your own time, Lieutenant."
The ship gonna roll again?
Yeah, the ship. Well, the ship can roll if Zoe gets it right.
Oh, okay. So he's rolling
yeah,
one.
pardon me. Yeah, Zoe goes back to rolling. I think her reason and science again.
No, I forgot.
Do you have any-
I forgot to add her ability. She gets a where is it here? Testing a theory. So her first bonus die. Oh, she had to succeed on her prior roll.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to that. Yeah. All right. So this is now 2 successes, an 11 and a 7.
All right, that means the ship can go ahead and roll.
7.
This is
So
7.
that's a success.
All right, that's-
So I think that gives us 2 momentum, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you rolled 3 altogether. You have two available. So that's kind of cool. Now you do have a scan. It does look like you've been able to nail down that anomaly. It is not necessarily dead ahead, but it is ahead. It is slippery to lock onto. And what I'm going to say is you've locked onto it, and now you've got 2 momentum with which you can spend and ask a question. 1 question kind of per momentum for further details or something related to the anomaly itself. And it's up to you if you want to solicit opinions as a player from the rest of the group, if anyone's just dying to find out what questions to ask.
Anyone have any burning questions?
Not right now.
Is the anomaly moving? That's, the difference between a cloaked ship and a spatial anomaly is whether or not it's moving around.
Oh, that's a good point.
As the science officer, I'm going to override that, and I'm going to say, is it naturally occurring
Yeah.
versus something that's been generated or manifested,
Well,
created?
it looks like a stream of alpha and gamma particles from it are strangely symmetrical, and it does indeed look like a cohesive or coherent phenomenon, definitely artificial in origin.
Commodore, I believe we're looking at an artificially created structure.
I'm going to put something in chat for you, too.
Oh,
And this thing is mucho grande.
Wait, I told you we were only going to have Tuesdays when we talk like that.
On Taco Tuesday.
I'm going to be casually racist here. Yes, this is the standard broad brush of Star Trek. We are just going to roll with it. But yeah, so she's like, I need a little more. I need to know a little bit how grande this is. If I spelled it right, the GM may not have spelled shit right.
By comparison, I think we're looking at something on par with Jupiter.
Holy cats. What I want to do is Commander Xanthus, or Commander. Oh man, I do not know how to pronounce your last name.
Xanthus. Xanthus.
Yeah. Tith Ravk.
Ravik.
Okay, we'll go with that. We need a pronunciation key in this game. Do you think you've ever heard of a phenomenon this big? And you can go ahead and make up. Oh, by the way, Meta, you can go ahead and make up a fact or a background or a history about either giant phenomenon or lack thereof in Andorian history, which is long and glorious and storied.
My people have several tales about different phenomena that were like this, but very few of them are good, and even fewer are, shall we say, calm things from species who built entire Dyson spheres to other species who engaged in strange spatial disruptions trying to terraform reality. There's usually nothing good about any sort of anomaly that starts at the size of a gas giant from your home system and gets bigger.
Okay. Well, oh yeah, that does remind me. It's like it's like what Tellar revolves around.
Indeed.
It's like your home sphere. What I wanted,
And many of us
Commodore?
do know something
Commodore?
about gas giants.
Commodore, nothing that is unimportant.
See,
I will take that under advisement, Doctor. What the hell? You wouldn't happen to be able to logic your way into what this might be, do you?
As I stated, Commodore, nothing that is unimportant.
Okay. Yes.
Now, if you'd like, Commodore, I can go ahead and adjust our heading so that we can try to get closer without necessarily going right for it. As it stands, we're going to miss it at warp right now, but I don't want to fly directly to this thing. I think
Yeah, I think that's
flying by might give our sensors a good chance without us potentially being caught in some kind of terrible trap.
okay. Well, I haven't found any traps that are wonderful, so I agree. Why don't you take us in on impulse and then use your discretion? I'm quietly checking out what your con.
Terrible.
Your con and control are. Okay, you can function as navigator or as helmsman as well.
Mm-hmm.
What is the gravitational field of this thing? We don't want to damage the superstructure getting too close.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna send it to you. You do with that what you will.
Okay.
So,
Did
my
somebody
con and
give
control
that to
roll,
me?
I have 2 successes.
Con roll, and you have 2 successes. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, you're able to bring the ship in. You're going to. Does anybody want to inform anyone about the? I guess Zoe. Zoe, do you want to talk about the gravimetric effects?
yeah, sure. It's you asked about the gravimetric force. It's shear factor 3, Lieutenant Command.
That's not too bad.
What?
I've had worse.
The Commodore's going to order a yellow alert, just in case. As we're going in, I'd like to at least be aware of what we might or might not be jumping into. I'm gonna.
Well, yes, it's always good to be cautious. That's for sure.
I'm going to try and find the graphic, and then in the true Star Trek fashion, we're gonna put that baby right here, and it's gonna be totally inappropriate for the original series, but consistent with the rest of canon. So that's how the yellow alert sign has always looked. We just roll with it. So we've got, we're approaching. That's good. We've stayed outside. You only needed a 1 success to approach correctly, commanders. So what I want to do is there anything fancy you want to do with the ship, or do you want to bank the momentum for later use?
I want to bank that momentum for later use. I don't think we need anything fancy in terms of maneuvering right now.
Okay. There we go.
That's my man right there.
There we go.
Bank that momentum.
Yes. So Nella's gonna. I just like it because I got to figure out a double act with Dr. Vorel. He says, this seems. I mean, yeah, it's an anomaly, but so far it's been the commonest anomaly I've ever encountered, Dr. Vorel. And if you want to check the Commodore's blood pressure or anything, because she tends to get a little worked up sometimes, but she seems unusually calm about this.
You appear to be extremely calm for this situation, Commodore. Are you feeling well?
Yeah, for some reason I just think that this is gonna be kind of a routine thing. I mean, maybe we'll meet some new friends. Who knows? And you said this was a construct, correct? Or an artificial field, correct, Zoe?
Yes.
Okay, Ensign Tenman, I'd like you to open a hailing frequency and send lingua code friendship messages into the heart of whatever that is. And so Tillman's gonna do that. Does anybody want to roll for him? Okay, so Lieutenant Tillman has a functional control, and because communications isn't exactly on there, I think it's control and con. So he's a 14. He needs like a 1 to pick up the phone.
All right, so 2 successes.
Okay. He has 2. Did you guys want to just bank the one that you got for free? Or did you guys want to have Mr. Tenman try something sneaky?
Well, he has telepathy. He's going to attempt to see if there's any intelligence there.
He's going to go and, okay.
He's going to go full Betazoid and pull a triangle. I'm feeling a bit ill. Someone's sick on there.
Let me see. I've got to read what this is. Yeah, it's just as vague as the normal stuff. Yeah, because they talk about difficulty of a task, but they don't tell you what to roll for telepathic species ability. So that's fun. He can attempt to reach out. Mostly Betazoids are only telepath with other telepathic creatures or each other.
Right.
Despite what we see from Deanna Troi or Luoxana. I think she was an exceptional.
Right.
And you can kind of hear background thoughts and emotions. And he basically, if you want to roll control and, I don't know, we're going to take control, cut it in half, and then add it. So he's got like a functional 16 in telepathy. So if you want to roll for that.
All right. I got 2 successes there, 11
Okay.
and 6.
I'm gonna do a thing. There's a thing called threat in this game. I'm gonna spend that for reasons, and I'll just make a note of that.
Okay.
There's something on the other side. There's something on the other side of that thing, and Lunier is he's not sure what it is. It's fairly alien. And that's about all you can get from it. It's the typical Betazoid, not super helpful.
So one of Zoe's values is life can flourish anywhere.
Yes.
Can she use? I don't know if I need to use or should use determination to, because I get some bonuses if I use determination to try to determine more about this life form or different.
Right now you're just sensing. Right now it's just an anomaly. I might, as a meta thing, I'm gonna say maybe hold your powder on that. You have a single point of determination for the adventure.
Oh, okay, just one. Okay.
Yeah, but you can still have your value guide your actions. Absolutely do that. You could also switch over from scanning for energy forms to scanning for life forms.
Okay, so yeah.
As a follow-up. Hey, Dr. Vorel, do you think anything could live in that thing?
Possible.
Hey, what?
Have we scanned for life forms?
I don't know. Well, and I'm going to say this is me as a GM because I have not used the medical officer. I'm going to ask Dr. Vorel to do the scan, if that's okay. I don't want to sideline Zoe, but I also like Dr. Vorel's kind of standing there like McCoy, and he's only a magical quick machine for so long. What I'd like you to do is for you, it's going to be medicine and control.
Okay, so 15.
Okay.
Let's see here. What are my focuses? Are not gonna help me there. I've got computers for focus. Would that count for you?
That's just your ability to operate a Timex Sinclair.
Gotcha.
Let me check your focus. Yeah, that's more when it's a very computer-centric situation, and this is more just running the scanners.
Okay.
And that's okay. Doesn't.
I'm going to go ahead and use Studious though, so I'll spend a momentum to get an extra die, and then that gives me an extra question if we want it.
Okay. So you're going to use up one of the group's the group's only momentum.
Yeah, I think we've got 3 right now, right?
Oh, we do? Yeah, we do.
No.
Do we?
Do we?
Yep.
I thought we only had
We
one.
banked 2, and then that.
Yep, and I didn't.
And then we just got another one.
Yeah, I didn't keep up on it. I'm sorry. So we'll go with it being 3 for right now.
Yeah, I've been keeping up.
Okay, thank you for that. I've been
Spend 1, so we've got 2 now.
all right. Yeah. So basically, that's 3 dice. Oh no, it's like whenever you spend it to obtain information. Okay, you don't have to spend it yet. By the way, you have to wait till you succeed, but that's okay.
Well, whenever Vorel spends 1 momentum to obtain it. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's
it's not to buy an extra dice.
Yeah, you're not buying extra dice. You're actually buying answers.
Okay.
So go ahead and do a scan because who knows.
Yep. All right. Got a 5 and an 8, so that's 2 successes.
Holy cats. Okay. That's 2 successes. You only needed 1 to scan. You don't detect any form of conventional life out there. It's an anomaly, it's space, it's a bit wibbly wobbly.
Right.
But you're not pulling anything in on the sensors that in any way look like that there's anything that would be life as we know it.
All right, so I'm going to take that extra momentum that I had there.
Yep.
Extra success. Go ahead and spend that for a couple of questions then. I'm going to expand the search to what would be considered non-typical life forms and see if I see anything in that spectrum that would be reminiscent of, patterns or something that might indicate a different type of life form than what we're used to.
Okay. This will be one of your 2 questions, which I believe, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So you get actually 2. Okay. Yeah. You've actually. Do you have a technobabble explanation of what you did to adjust the sensors to do that?
I didn't get that downloaded. I don't know where the technobabble thing is.
Damn it. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, make something
Sorry.
up. If you feel comfortable, make something up. If you don't, that's fine.
You put me on the spot. No, I can't. I'm sorry.
This is what we do at Architects of Fate. We make a fun activity into a chore. But yeah, somebody's
thanks there we go.
Rowdy's thrown one up in our personal private chat, and so thank you so much. You don't have to do that right away unless you can pop it up. So what are you're watching Voral just fumble around, Zoe. What do you want to say anything? Make any cutting observations?
Not really. I wasn't paying attention actually since he took over my controls. I've kind of just been a little snotty about it.
Can I say that was the most fun part of the first episode of Discovery, the first season, the first episode when they established Burnham and Saru, when she started like getting onto his console and then he just like moved his arm over to push her out of the way. It's like, yes, this is more involved than just reading off a screen. Thank you. Okay, how we doing, Voral? You got an idea?
There's
so much bullshit there.
Yeah, there's so much here that's none of it is really appropriate for this.
The neutronium processing is off the scale here.
There, I like that.
Okay, let's do that one. Oh God. All right, someone loot drop for Voral. Oh my God. All right, we're starting right out with that from Nat. Thank you, Nat. Once again, everybody, Architects of Fate has a redeem mechanism, and you know what? If I didn't give everybody Fate chips before we started, and that's okay. I think somebody probably already did that in chat. Okay. Dr. Voral, you're eventually going to get an item or object as loot, because we don't use money in the future. Well, we use money in this time, but it won't be conventional loot. If you can think of something you might want in your heart of hearts, like a diamond encrusted hypospray or something, we can make do.
Encrusted hypospray.
Sure, just pimp it out.
My tricorders have my tricorder is my monogram on it.
Yeah, signature gear.
Just the V.
So what we've got is and I also want to do another thing. I think all the players need to also get Fate chips for attending, and also they can do a redeem in the chat. Sorry about that. This is what happens when I'm like a one-person show here. So yeah, you do actually shift over. And what was the bizarro explanation that you had?
The neutronium something was off the scale.
Okay.
I'm detecting quantum plasmatic particles in the scanner. Yeah, there you go.
Plasmatic.
Okay.
My goodness.
Let me give you the guns.
Yeah. Now that the neutronium has been detected, Throwrek, I think there's going to be some navigation hazards coming up, because that thing now seems to be throwing off neutronium particles. According to the scan that the doctor just invoked. So now, congratulations, you've added a complication for your fellow players. Yeah, so what I'm going to say is, you're, all right, let me get who I was supposed to be dealing with. I need like a helm roll off of the commander. So that's Daring and Con.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll build my babble.
I've got a 7 and a 9.
Okay. There were, the Constitution classes aren't super maneuverable, so that is, there was kind of a not an eruption of particles, but something threw up in your wake. The navigational deflectors handled it, and also you maneuvered around the worst of it. But I don't know how you feel about being this close to this anomaly anymore. If you've got any, if you feel you can handle additional challenges like this, or if you think that you should back off. You're the You're kind of the pilot and also the first officer.
Thravik thinks that he can handle these challenges, but he is going to warn the Commodore. Commodore, I can handle it for now, but this anomaly is throwing off very disturbing particles that will fry our shields and possibly us.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good. And Voral, have you gotten enough readings back there so that the referee can drop some stuff in chat like he was supposed to about 5 minutes ago?
Affirmative, Commodore.
All right. Hopefully you can do that.
I'm detecting coherent energy patterns that are possibly intelligent, Commodore.
Yep.
But it does appear to be rather simplistic.
Okay, so maybe we're dealing with some kind of a space slow boy here or something. Are you sure about the intelligence readings?
Absolutely, Commodore.
Okay. Well, maybe this thing's just curious about us, but I'd like you to back us off a little bit there, Commander.
Of course, Commodore.
Okay.
Right away. And he'll go ahead and make the appropriate backing up.
Backing. You're gonna make a beep sound? Yeah, thank you. So, you manage. You do that pretty well. It also takes.
Product is indeed forklift certified.
And then let me see. Venjaxa, are you really focused on your engines or anything, or have you got any spare notice and stuff capacity? Are you like a sort of a look over your shoulder guy?
I'm watching the deflector screens. See what these plasmonic particles are doing.
Well,
The intelligence, I could care less.
Oh man, do you want to say that out loud or not? Because I want somebody to riff off of that one if necessary.
But I'll say it out loud. He likes a good argument. You know, he's a
Okay. Yeah, he just says, what you're seeing is that let me see, I'm going to put a note in here for you.
I'm more worried about the ship than any life forms out there. Who cares? I mean, you know, maybe they're cool, maybe they're not. I'll tell you right now, though, the deflectors are really taking it. We're taking some serious damage to the deflectors. I'm going to have to realign them for sure.
Yep. So luckily, because of the maneuvers that Rothelv did, you're backed off so that's taken the pressure off the shields. Not too bad. You didn't have any real damage or breaches. I don't know what to do if I can't roll damage dice. I don't feel like throwing threat at you every 5 seconds. But as you back off, Lanier, I didn't know who's got spare capacity to have eyes on the ensign. No, everybody's focused on their job. What I'm gonna do is sorry.
The doctor's at the station. Maybe Zoe's kind of just
watching.
I'm sorry for Mortis. What you say?
It wasn't me.
Oh, who was it? Oh, was it Rob?
Yeah, I'm saying the doctor is at my station, so maybe Zoe is watching because you know.
Yeah, it's right next to him. You see Lanier, Ensign Tenman. He hasn't really been the same since he reached out to try and scan that thing with his mind. He's like, you know, he was a little unfocused. He came back with the Betazoid answer, which you've heard a million times. You know, your eyes are rolling back in your head from, oh, really? Yet another I feel something move. And but his eyes are really unfocused at this point, and he's really just sort of sitting there kind of slouched.
Well, Zoe has pretty decent medical abilities as well. Can she try to assess what's happening just from a distance? Is he sweating? Is he?
Yeah, let's throw perception and medicine together for a joyful pat diagnosis.
There is no perception.
What is it called? Insight. So,
Insight.
pardon me for having names that I don't remember. This is not a fair test of the second edition because I barely understood the rules of the first edition. So,
All right.
all apologies to Modifius.
I'm going to use. I can use one momentum, right, to get an extra die. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll roll 3 I'll take one momentum.
Okay.
And I'm rolling against Insight Medicine, so that's a 12.
You said you had some.
Oh,
That's
no,
not
2.
great. How'd you do?
2, 8, 10, 18. So I got 2 successes.
Okay. Your first success is just the ability to go. He looks like he's in a stupor. He's not sweating. He's not under stress of any sort, but he is definitely in a bit of a stupor, kind of just weaving, a little unfocused. There's not even a rhythm to it. It's not like he's like swaying to music or anything. It's just kind of a bobbing around kind of thing. He's not in danger of falling out of his chair yet, but he doesn't seem to be too coordinated.
Dr. Vorel, something's up with Ensign Teneman.
Oh.
I think you should leave my station and go check on him.
Can I?
My station.
What I wanted to do was, did you want to bank the momentum or use it to obtain additional information?
I'll bank it back.
Okay.
So we're back to 3.
I like the idea that, do you have a set of wet wipes that you bust out? Dr. Vorel's
All right,
dry
so
fingers.
I'll move down to the ensign and do a quick scan.
Okay. And this has caught Commodore Zen's attention. She turns around and says, "What is going on with this? What are you doing back there? What's happening?"
The ensign appears to be having some sort of episode,
Oh,
and I'll do my scan and see what I come up with.
look, I signed on for long form and not episodic, so you get this little episode thing sorted out, please. I get I'm starting to feel that Nella is a bit of a hard ass.
Is that going to be reason medicine or insight medicine?
Yeah, let's go with reason medicine for a diagnosis. You do have a tricorder, so you can do all the tricorder things.
Okay.
Let's see.
I got 2 successes.
I'm going to see if I can make a tricorder sound for a second.
There you go. That's a good one.
That's the stuff.
That's the real one.
Yeah. I don't know if I can stop it. There we go.
We're just going to have to listen to that.
You just listen to that for the rest of the show.
Is Dr. Vorel done yet?
Yes. No, Dr. Vorel is not finished. You do get the... did you actually roll dice?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, pardon me. Yeah, so he seems to be, in some form of a trance that is definitely linked to his telepathic powers. His prefrontal cortex is kind of lit up, even though he's uncoordinated. His cortex is active. So something's going. The hamster wheel is spinning.
I have my technobabble ready this time.
Okay, well, why don't you work out and see how this goes?
I am detecting an ambient biometric energy string.
Okay.
Well, that was kind of hard to get out.
It makes me seriously respect the artists that actually do this damn show. Let me see. What have we got?
The good old annular confinement beam.
Yep. So
I'm
that
seeing that the brain activity is high, but nothing is going to the motor centers.
He
okay.
has.
That sounds more mucked up than an overfull sty.
I think I better get him to sick bay.
Okay. I'm gonna relocate you guys down to sick bay. Do you have combat skills by any chance? Sorry.
Me?
No reason. Just asking. I'm just joking. I'm
gonna wish I did. Apparently,
You have security.
Asking
For a friend for no reason. I love
I have
this.
the Vulcan neck pinch.
That'll do it. I'm gonna do this because I'm dying to do this.
Nice.
I'm just gonna put you both in the elevator because I really like the idea of just putting you in an elevator at the moment. There. Did you want to just drag an NPC along to kind of help manhandle him?
I'd pick some, Ensign to help me.
Ooh, nice sound. Thank you, whoever did that.
That was on my phone.
That's disturbing. Okay, I'm gonna go with Ensign Tyson is gonna help you. He's from another show, but Ensign Tyson is gonna help. He's another Vulcan. Yeah, he's from the other show. So yeah, Tyson's gonna help out with you guys, getting you down to sick bay at least, so you have somebody to work with, so you're not all alone.
Okay. Had no idea this was going to be a crossover day.
It is a crossover day from the U.S.S. Whatever, I forget what it was called, the Heisenmuller. He's on loan. He's on temporary loan from the DERF class vessel. So you guys are headed down that way. So I just want to I hate to do this because I don't like dumping a player off screen if I can help it. What I'd like to do is, for while you're down in the med bay, I'd like you to just take Lieutenant Rashid Kemmel, and he flies the ship, and that's all you need to know. He has wonderful hair, and he flies the ship, and that apparently is enough to carry most characters through Strange New Worlds. Justice for Ortegas is I'm starting the petition now. Here's the deal. He has values like need for speed, live at warp speed, a little mischief can get you noticed. Oh God, he is just a mess. But he is competent, and he has a pastime of skateboarding.
Okay.
So you can, he's basically, you can just think of him as a little more fun, happy-go-lucky Mr. Chekhov.
Okay.
Okay. This will help because that'll mean he and the commander can work together to pilot the ship and do various things. Okay. Nella's like, okay, well that's not good. I think we need to get I think we need to back us off a lot more, Commander. I really I want to drop behind some probes and retreat to a safe distance. Do you concur?
I concur.
I thought that you wouldn't back down from a challenge, but okay, I guess we're just going to do that. This is kind of bigger than both of us.
I'm always ready for action, but there's no need to start a fight if no one's trying to start one. I'll ready the probes.
Okay.
And if you would back us off.
Yep. Rashid, you go ahead and back him off. Rashid, you have a con of 4. You have a 14 functionally to do the back him off maneuver.
Okay.
So you go ahead and do the back him off. And what I'd like for Probridian, let's look at for you it's con and reason for the commander.
Okay.
Because I can't pronounce your damn name.
Travik. So I have an 8 and an 11, so that's 1 success.
What?
Oh, that is.
It should be 2.
'Cause I con and reason 11. Okay. Yeah, so I've got 2.
Yeah. You total them up and then you do it. Okay, got it. So you got 2 successes. You can easily ready the probes. And is there anything you have a spare momentum from that action? Is there anything magical or fancy you want that probe to do? Or in any way fortify it, or make it special?
I am usually a weapons guy firing torpedoes.
Okay.
This is a probe, so I don't need it to hit the target. I need to get a good look, which means I actually want to get it locked in a very fast orbit around. So I'm going to basically slingshot it into an orbit so that we'll lose contact with it every now and then, but it's going to get a scan of the whole object as it just goes.
Oh, that's right. It'll go
around
through the back. Yeah. And what I want to do is, did you have like a focus or an ability that had something like super cool fly-in or something?
Precision, having detailed knowledge and understanding of a ship's systems and operation. I can more easily pick out and target specific systems when making an attack against an enemy.
Okay, I'm going to count this as
this wouldn't be an
one,
attack, so it doesn't count.
I'm gonna say this is an attack that you're intending to miss. This is how I roll as a referee. So we have
this is an attack I'm intending to miss in a very specific way.
Yeah, this is a very specific missing the target in a very specific way. I would again, just as a meta thing, because I think we've all just started playing together. I'm super excited about what I think Rob called the rule of cool. Is if you and also I'm super excited if you use like an ability or talent that isn't quite perfect to the rules. Again, blowing the concept of why we're doing a playtest, because we're here to have fun. But yeah, I think that definitely. Now, all that really normally lets you do is re-roll a d20, but you made all the rolls, so it didn't really amount to much. I think you could attempt to re-roll to see if you get a critical success or failure, but I'm not worried about that.
I'll re-roll the 11 and see if I get, because a critical success on this would actually be really useful.
Yeah, it would give you more momentum. Okay.
No, that's a 19. So.
We're gonna pretend that we take the better roll for the time being, because I really don't want to punish you for trying it. We'll all have to come together and decide a reroll, whether rerolls are good or keep or not. And then at that time, you've already run Rashid, correct, Mortis?
Yep. Well, the target was 14, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got 2 successes.
Okay. Yes.
So, would I just need 1 success to do the maneuver?
Yeah, to do the maneuver at this point, you'll need 1 success.
Well, I'm definitely spending the second one to be cool.
Okay.
I looked over to the navigator and said, "Watch me grind this gnarly rail."
You lean over. Commander, do you hear that by any chance? Because this is your engine.
Yes, and with how often he says things like that related to his strange Earth sport, the commander just sighs and under his breath, skins, because the young man to my left is a very good pilot. But he won't come spar with me and get better. No, instead he has to use a strange wheeled vehicle to do strange tricks like a... No. He does not understand this culture, and he does not
Well, it's
want
weird
to.
because he uses wheels instead of blades. Because I'm sure that there's the ice equivalent of if you want to invent some Andorian culture, you're more than welcome to.
Ice equivalent. No, see, that's just it. Andorian culture, the way I think of it, there would absolutely be ice skates, but it would be for races. So it would be like ice skating foot race. You probably wouldn't do a lot of crazy tricks with that.
Yep.
Unless they made you.
Yeah, there's
fast.
probably ice dancing. Ice dancing was never caught on in Andoria. I think that was one of the first cultural things that Archer tried to introduce, and it didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they mount their blades on the side of their skates so they can actually fight.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is a lot of high kicks going on in Andorian ice races.
Right.
Death by ice skating.
Andorian ice races probably include
Lots of it. Well, I definitely will say the ice dancing did involve several Anishan events. Yes, because that didn't go well. The Russian judge, of course, was immediately challenged. All you for when it was a simpler time, when we all just joked about the Olympics. Okay, so Rashid, you've got you've managed to pull this off. You're going to pull a fancy maneuver, and you did succeed with no critical problems. Basically, and the reason you succeed is what I'd like to do is ask for an engineering and daring check from the engineer, please.
All right.
Because grinding the gnarly rail, you don't realize that basically the engineer has to like frick around with the structural integrity field, but you blissfully ignore that.
All right, so daring and engineering, I've got a 13.
Yeah, the complication range is 19 to 20.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Pilots never make maintenance crews have issues with their equipment. That doesn't happen.
I got a 10 and a 2, so 2 successes.
Never seen an F-22 pilot push a plane past its everything to do dumb
No,
stuff.
that never happens. Do you have any focuses that you want to bring in? Reverse engineering, computers, warp drive. No, believe it or not. Wow, that's terrible. Okay.
That's terrible for that. I still got 2 successes. Though.
Yeah, you got 2
10 and a
successes.
2, so.
The ship does hold together. You don't take any stress from the maneuver, because also I don't think Rashid took into account the gravimetric shear because it has nudged up slightly to factor 4. Zoe just noticed. Sorry about that, Zoe. You didn't notice. You just noticed it, and before Rashid kicked it into gear.
Well, he wasn't worried about 3, so I wasn't worried about 4. So.
Okay.
Well,
Until it gets to 11, we're not going to be worried.
4's getting a little high.
Okay.
I felt that gravimetric shear.
Okay. And what I want to do is flip back to the elevator where there's music playing. And I want you guys to say what song might be playing in the elevator.
Sir Duke.
What is it?
Sir Duke.
Okay, you may have to help me on that because I'm...
Stevie Wonder, Sir Duke.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Can you give me a few bars of that?
Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, thank you. I did not know the name of it, and I feel stupid.
Here I was about to say Claire de Lune. Oh my gosh.
You will be asked to slightly perform it if you're comfortable. Enough to get us demonetized. That's how we know you're a good singer. Is if we get demonetized. Dr. Vorel, you and Tyson are shuffling Ince and Lehman off the elevator, off the turbo lift. I'm so sorry to say that. I'm gonna do this because I spent money on these slides, so I'm gonna do this. Copy and paste. Okay. Ooh, good. Yeah, you're moving down the hallway, the little thrumming sound. And then Ensign Tenman just kind of grabs his head and just cries out in agony and shock. And his eyes just go really big. And he goes, ah! And he begins to go rigid a little bit.
All right, well, we're going to hustle him right on down to sickbay where I can get him on a table and see what's going on.
Yeah, Tyson observes. I like Tyson in a typical Vulcan fashion does look at you and go, "It appears that the Betazoid is having discomfort." The nice part is it's Vulcan to Vulcan now, so this could be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I concur with your assessment.
Shall we proceed with greater haste, or is that unnecessary?
Please, let's proceed with haste.
Okay. Let me see. Wait, did I not have a sick bay? Ah, holy cats. We're just gonna treat him in the hallway then. You'll forgive me for just a second. I don't have a sick bay. I thought I did. Yeah, that's
There's some good ones to find. Pretty easy.
Oh, I know. Well, the worst part is I've had them. Let me see.
Nice.
Don't go into sickbay yet. There's a radiation leak.
Yeah, treat him in the hallway.
I detected it.
Oh God, I feel so. Yeah, like I
Sucks when you're on the spot like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna say I have a Jeffries tube. Gonna stick him in the Jeffries tube. For right now, let's just put you into the sick bay because everything else is in a. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that because everything else is in a. I have engineering. I was prepared for someone to go to engineering, and seeing as I'm the one that's forcing you to go to sick bay, I would think I would have something in sick bay. Yeah, all right, I'll let it go. Screenshots? Maybe in screenshots? Nope. All right. Anyway, you hit sick bay, and I'm gonna say it's sick bay because there should be a trait tag somewhere that lets me say it's sick bay.
Well, it's very white, so that's like an SN.
Yeah, that's for all the blood.
See?
Yeah, let's pretend very clean sick bay.
SNW, their sick bay is lit pretty brightly with white lights and lots of lens flares.
Well, also it's huge.
Yeah.
It's like you've got a ward.
It's like it goes
It
on
does.
forever. Almost as if it were a white
It's like
void.
yeah. So you're in the white void with Ensign Lehman, Ensign Tenneman. He is actually rigid, nearing catatonia at this point. So what I'll need you to do is this is a little bit of a daring in medicine. And tell me if there's anything, because I don't know if you have emergency treatment or what sorts of focuses you may have.
I do. I have emergency medicine as a focus.
I'd say, do you feel this is an emergency?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So Tenneman is, yeah, go ahead and throw those to see if you can, because his brainwaves are all over the place, and definitely he's now in discomfort.
What's my difficulty?
You're gonna need 2 successes to make a difference.
All right, I'm gonna spend a momentum to get an extra dice.
Okay.
And let's see. You said daring.
Yeah, this is a daring. Ooh, ouch. This is a daring in medicine. I am so sorry I picked daring for you.
That's all right. That's that's not terrible. That's 12.
That's awesome.
I'm just looking like, oh.
This needs to be on camera.
You gonna hold them
Oh
up?
my gosh.
You get a 20, 2 20s?
No. I did real good here. Let's see here. Can I change this?
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one on the spot with tech.
Yeah, here we go. I'll just use this one.
Just yank it off of your...
I don't know if you can see that.
No,
Nope,
yeah.
it's not going to work. I got a 2, 2, and a 3.
Which is...
And they're all against the keyboard.
And I have a focus, so they're all under 5. So that's 2, 4, 6 successes.
Yeah, so you
Nice.
basically personally filled up the bank of this thing. Yeah, so nice going, everybody. This is going to make it harder for me to screw you guys over the next scene. But yeah, so you definitely have, stabilized, well, it's like, because I said it was 2, so you got 6 successes, so you have 4. Yeah, you've definitely diagnosed that he is in some sort of a neuroleptic shock, probably being caused by contact with some sort of an energy field operating on a psychic wavelength that's magical for Star Trek. It's that Star Trek psychic magic field
Yes.
that seems to happen. And what I want to do is, let's see if we've got resources. Where is the resources? There's shared elements. Nope, that's not good. Okay, never mind. I was trying to dig myself out of the sickbay hole. Damn it. What about Borg? Would you guys be okay with Borg?
Borg?
Yeah. Anyway, V. For the moment, you seem to have been transported into a much more advanced sickbay.
The annular confinement beam has changed everything.
Yeah. Okay. So you do have Lanier there.
There it is.
It's a tenor. You've got him down. You can at least sedate him so that he doesn't hurt himself and he's not in discomfort. I don't know if there's anything else you can do at the moment.
Well, I'm going to start digging into what may be causing this. Is it an external item, or is it?
It's definitely external to him. It is reaching into his head. You don't really have a way of dealing with a psychic field, I think would be the phrase. Now, you as a Vulcan being near him and touching him, you do get, I mean, if you want to lower your personal defenses or anything, you're definitely physically touching him, so you do get, not a contact high, but the equivalent, the telepathic equivalent of like a little bit of a contact buzz from him. And it is the sensation of confusion. You get disoriented when you touch him.
I might be able to give him some norepinephrine, which is a neurological drug.
I like the idea that you just stab him with what's the stuff for Narcan?
Okay.
We're just gonna, give me all the syringes. Just give them all to me. Just stab him. You can give him. Is it norepinephrine that you're going to try and use? Correct.
Yeah, it's a neurological that hopefully will maybe deaden that, so it relieves some of his pain.
Okay. Go ahead and that treatment will at least. You're just running on your outstanding success. So yeah, that does at least take him down a few notches to where he is not crying out and he's tending to relax. Tyson is going to ask, it appears to be, he may not be in full control of himself. Shall I strap him down?
Yes, let's restrain him so he doesn't hurt himself.
Okay. So Tyson,
I believe that would be prudent.
Tyson throws the little Velcro bandages on, like you do in Star Trek, and that's perfectly enough, unless you're superhuman. Ensign Tanar is now, kind of immobile. He's calmed down a bit. And that's not bad, but you're also on your instruments reading that despite your efforts, his cortex activity is going higher. Like whatever it is isn't you've at least treated the symptom of pain or whatever is happening to him, but his activity is still going.
It's still increasing.
It's still increasing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip back to the bridge. And Zoe, I need it's going to be a very easy sensor scan for you. Sorry about keeping you offline there for a minute.
Right. She's very concerned about the gravimetric flux.
Okay.
So she wants.
Well, while you watch it, that needle suddenly jumps from 3 to 20.
What?
Which is sort of like a black hole just opening up next to you.
Ooh.
At the same time, the probe, Commander, oh God, I've got to write this out. Thrombek, you have got readings from the probe because I think I'm just going to run telemetry through you for right now. And what I need you to do is if you could, see if what your science is pretty good. You can either use science or security and reason.
I'm gonna use security and reason.
Okay.
Is this a shit?
Yes.
One success I got.
Okay. No critical failures. That's the most we can hope for some days.
No critical failures.
Your probe is going bananas because it's kind of reached that perihelion where it's about to go behind the phenomenon where you said it was going to kind of go in an orbit where it was going to lose contact. So it's just about to lose contact, and it registers off the scale flux of chronoton and tetryon radiation. Like whatever's happening is this thing's opening a hole in space-time. And
Commander,
your probe is not happy. Zoe, you might have some additional information that I've got to send your way, because I think what was your I missed your successes. How many? How did we?
Oh, I don't know what I was rolling for.
Oh, I'm sorry. Control and either control or insight, or control or insight and science.
Yeah. Okay. So 14. I'll do that.
Okay.
And I think our momentum should be at 6, right? We maxed out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna pretend we didn't spend any momentum in the scene with a screaming guy. Thanks,
Commodore. The gravimetric shear has spiked to 20.
Yes, the gravitons are getting out of control. The auto sequencers can't control it, so I'm manually adjusting.
All right. If you need any help,
Commodore, I'm also seeing from the probe chronoton and tetryon radiation.
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to respond to that. It's like,
I got
2
successes on my control science, a 3 and a 6.
Okay. Out of the 3. Okay. And then I put a note up there for science in chat.
Yep. Commodore, Commander, the particles are distorting local space-time. This gravimetric shear is going to pull us in.
Well, that's ridiculous. Wait a minute. What? And she's actually, you guys all feel, what I need is this is going to be a fitness and either security or science roll from all of you.
Okay.
At a difficulty of 1.
Okay. 2 successes for Zoe.
Okay.
2 failures.
I have an
for
actual
Vengex.
failure.
Hold on. I need to. I'll take Cam first, and then I'll follow up with Owen. Cam, what?
I had 2 failures. Neither one were terrible failures, but they're both over my fitness and
You know,
security.
for a Tellarite, any failure is a terrible failure.
That's
Okay,
true.
sorry. Owen, Commander Thranik, what have you got?
I have a 14 and a 20 when what I was rolling for was a 16.
Yes! Okay,
Actual complication.
our
I have a
first
success in the worst
our
possible
first
roll.
complication of
Great.
the stream. Nice. Let me see. Wait, did I miss a? Okay, I got 3 things that just popped up at me. Right. Copy of shared. No. Copy of that. No. Did I? I'm really hoping I didn't close my freaking window. All right. So I'm gonna throw that up, just because I think that's funnier, because it's a Q thing. It's a Q joke. Yeah. So you get that. Wait, Zoe. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to double check who did what.
Yep.
Zethris is down.
2 successes for the fitness check.
That's for Zoe. Yes, for Zoe,
Yep.
right? Okay, got it. Yep. So Zoe, you don't have a problem. Everybody, and then Mortis, I'd like you to roll for Rashid, and he has a 12 functionally for this.
All right, I got 2 8s.
Damn. Okay, looks like Rashid's weathered it. Must be. Do you want? All right. So the people that failed, you guys have. You know how you walk in someplace and you're sure you've been there before, right? So you've got you've got some serious levels of deja vu going on with this snapping around, and it isn't quite that weird warp field thing, but if you want to jiggle while you do it, that's happening. And Rashid, you note that and because let me see who, is that this, or Thravik got a complication. The complication is, and I'm going to just say this, the complication is that you were not able to reach the controls in time as the tractor beam has seized the ship. And this is a thing that just looked like it bored straight through, since the beginning of the universe, kind of a tractor beam. Whatever it is, it's lashed out from this this void and is locked onto the ship. Well, I'm gonna say while the commander was incapacitated. So that's gonna be like, well, crap. I don't know if you're gonna live that one down. And also, you guys see that whoever still were
Listen,
functional. Yes.
I'd like to state that I think Rashid probably could have done a really sick kick flip and probably dodged that.
He himself could have. I'm gonna go with. Let me see. We can do a thing. There's a thing where I'm being a douche. So to let you know that you don't have to worry about fighting it, I'm gonna spend 2 threat on that. So that way it is. It's. There are things like, we're all DMs, right? We're all GMs where certain things are a done deal. But I think it deserves 2 threat. If something's a done deal, I even, it should take a pound of flesh no matter what, right?
Sounds good.
It sounds good. It works in your favor. So what happens is that you are pulled in, and then you're also feeling this weird deja vu thing. So you've got no ability to allocate power for any maneuver that Rashid is attempting. Because now he's like pulling things out. Rashid, I need a con and daring roll. And I forgot that you don't have his character sheet right there because you said you were going to do a kick flip.
It's an anaphasic ollie, actually.
Yeah, anaphasic ollie. I
God
like
damn,
it.
you guys are good. Thank you so much for getting into the spirit of that. Conan Daring's a 15, so he's pretty good. What I'm going to say is it's a difficulty level 4 task and a complication range of 17, 18, 19, 20 will all generate a complication.
Well,
Because
I'm
nobody's
gonna buy-
nobody's assisting your butt.
so are we down to 5 momentum?
Sure. You can
Gonna
burn it
spend-
all out, but I'm going to tell you don't. You're just
gonna
deciding
spend- I'm
how
just gonna-
bad things get. This.
I'm gonna spend 3 to buy 2 extra dice.
Okay.
So we're rolling 4.
Okay.
Hopefully I can minimize this.
And what I'm going to do is, okay. You can give me 1 threat to decrease the difficulty by 1 step. And I think I said it was a difficulty 5. So you can give me
I thought you said 4.
Oh, 4? Okay, you can give me a threat to reduce the difficulty by 1 because you have pushed the limits. If you want to do that, because this is an environmental effect.
Yeah, does that buy a dice also?
Nope, it just reduces the amount of
Okay,
crap you have to cut through.
sounds good.
All right.
Yep, I'll spend that.
You're gonna buy threat for the group. Good, congratulations. You're an NPC, so it doesn't matter. You're first out the airlock. And then if you bought dice by any means, whenever Colonel succeeds at a task for which he bought 1 or more additional dice, roll 1d20 after the roll. If the roll is equal to or less than his daring, gain back a bonus momentum.
Cool.
If he is over his daring, I get a threat.
Okay. Cool.
That's untapped potential. So that's a rules change,
Gotcha.
which I kind of like. I kind of like when you're skirting the edge. So go ahead and roll your dooms.
What was the target?
Your target is daring and con, so it's a 15. So
Okay.
either you succeed or 2 points over that, you get a consequence.
Okay. So I don't know what his catchphrase is, so catchphrase.
It's either
And then we're gonna go.
a little mischief, fly with style, dress with style. Sure. I think kick flips are your better bet.
All right, here we go.
Shred it.
Ooh, that's not a good roll at all. So I have, what was it, 15?
Yes.
All right, so I did get 3 successes. One, do I have a focus?
Let's pretend evasive action, which I think is absolutely applicable to this.
Okay, and so what is my con score?
Your con is a 4, so anything 4 or less.
All right, so I've got 4 successes then. I did get 4 successes because I rolled a 3, 14, 15, and then a 16. I just barely skirted a complication there.
3, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so you got 4 successes?
Yep.
Okay, 4 successes, you reduce the down to 3. So you made it by 1, you have an extra point of momentum to put back in the bank if you want. And congratulations, the nacelles didn't come off. So
Be careful there.
I think while you're busy throwing up, Commander, how do you deal with the stress of deja vu, like times 1,000? Like you're actually not sure what time frame you might or might not be in terms of like the last 2 minutes of either the last 2 minutes or the next minute is all just completely like something you may or may not have lived in. The same goes for Threvik.
Yeah. Which means he is absolutely quoting some poetry. Because I could not stop for death, it kindly stopped for me.
That's what we get for reading those character sheets. I like it. That's the whole point of a pastime, to be honest. Zoe, you're watching everybody just not do well with this temporal hoogie boogie thing. You have avoided it. You are witnessing people behave erratically, including the Commodore. And I don't know if you want to try and do something about that, or you just want to watch them and giggle.
Maybe can I like adjust the inertial dampeners or something to make sure nobody gets hurt? Maybe
Nice.
reduce the gravity just slightly so that people are not getting
Just-
slammed.
I like the idea that they just go floating around and bouncing into stuff. I was gonna. Can I make an alternative suggestion as GM? You could also do something that might stabilize. You're recognizing that they're disoriented, but you're right. It's probably better to adjust dampeners to stop them from hurting themselves. I was trying to think of a temporal thing, but I don't know if you'd pick that up on your sensors. If you want to just say,
Yeah, I didn't want to step on the helm's toes, kind of thing, like adjusting thrusters or anything. But whatever. Yeah, we'll see. Whatever.
yeah, if you want to do a quickie science and do a science and insight roll, really quick, and this will give you some diagnostic options.
All right. Science and insight.
Yeah.
I'll use a momentum as well, just
Well,
to.
literally any success is fine. Any success
Okay.
will get you what you need.
Oh wait, I have an advantage from not too shabby.
What? Moderator, not too shabby. You have successfully redeemed advantage for 200 fate chips. Okay, there you go. Yeah, what that does is it buys you a free die.
Okay, so I don't need a momentum then. So
Nope.
thank you, it's not too shabby.
Thank you, Nat.
3 dice for Zoe. She's going to adjust the spatial duodinetic confinement controls.
Okay.
And sorry, what was I rolling against?
I was gonna go. I was originally having you diagnose the problem before you fixed it, but okay, we're gonna roll with this. You've seen it, so it is insight,
Control science?
insight and science.
Okay, oops.
It's
I
still
don't
pretty
think
good.
13. Ties go to me.
Ties go to you, at or below.
Okay, so that's 2. So I got a 5 and a 13. If 13 right on.
Okay, you don't have a 5 science, but that's okay. Yeah, so you do manage to adjust the effects. You adjust the inertial dampeners, and I'm going to say that also removes the confused condition from Thravik and Venjaxa. So you've settled their stomachs a little bit. Whatever it is that you did helped kind of overall stabilize things, because I don't know how inertial dampeners work, and they're as magical as anything. So whatever the distortion was in space-time might have gotten a little bit cleaned up.
Yeah, the gravimetric shear is causing a spatial duodinetic confinement burst. And so I was able to adjust that.
Okay.
Well done. I almost
Hate it when that
lost my
happens.
mind.
Man, I hate that.
Oh dear God. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. That all happened at the same time that the ensign cried out in true Ensign Chekhov fashion. Because we have to have this. I'm sorry.
By every possible particle and burst is just bombarding the ship.
Yes. And then you guys show up in a vast chamber. You basically, kind of lost track, but you've been pulled through the anomaly, and now you find yourself inside of a large structure. Which, wow. It's bigger than like Earth space dock kind of thing, but this is like, several dozen starships across. So it's a big space. And that is
As an engineer, do I think it's at all similar to a Dyson sphere?
it's way too tiny for a Dyson sphere.
Okay. Even if there were like microbial people that built it?
I was just thinking it might be like a beginner Dyson sphere. You know, like the first one you build as a beginner.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Fisher Price My First Dyson Sphere, is
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
exactly.
My first Dyson.
Was it?
Go ahead, Owen. Bring some
The
sense to this.
Sunbeam sphere.
See, all I'm seeing in my head is the city ship from Voyager crewed by the dinosaur people. I can't remember their name. Was it like the Vorn or something?
Yeah, I remember the name of it. It was Distant Origin. And then I just went with Reptilian Zealots. But yeah, I think that was the Vorn. But yeah, no, that's a good idea. But yeah, this is a big ass structure. Rob, you were saying something before?
Oh, I was just trying to come up with a name for a non-Dyson sphere, like Sunbeam or something.
Yeah, I was thinking Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover sphere.
A Hoover
sure.
sphere. There's little Kenmore. I like the idea that there's little tents down in the bottom with people in shabby clothing, and then you can say, yes, this is a Hoover sphere. Okay, that's for everybody who went to history class and stayed awake. All right, I'll be done with that. All right, so we're the DM can't be funny. Fine. So the ship is suspended in the middle. And Zoe, you notice that even though you did stabilize things, let me get this down here. I don't quite have a ship for you. Sorry about that. I didn't think to get an icon for the ship because that would have been logical. But you're suspended in the middle. Zoe, you noticed that your fix did not fix the Commodore. She is still very disoriented.
Okay.
Do we know who the one-liner is for? Oh, this is for Cam. Okay, got it. Okay, it's gonna be bad. You can use that one-liner at whatever point you want, because. Oh yeah, okay. And then yeah, so the Commodore is still disoriented, and I don't know if you want to do anything with that, but the Commodore seems to not be. He's still looking around and saying things like, I already told you, Jonathan, you really shouldn't be pushing the Warp 5 engine.
Commodore, do you need me to assume command?
That snaps her back. That snaps her right back. She kind of refocuses her eyes and command. Yeah, I'm in command right now. And you know what? Don't call me Commodore. I work for a living. I'm captain. And she kind of starts leaning over her chair like she's having cramps in her side. She's just, but it's not like it's not like she had a bad meal, but you get the sense that there's some kind of discomfort going on her part in addition to the disorientation.
Do you need me to get you something?
I want the pink tummy medicine. She's gonna need tum-tum medicine. Actually,
tell her the best cure is protein. Looks like meat's back on your menu, Commodore.
yeah, the Commodore, who is famously vegetarian now, and you've not forgiven her for that.
Meanwhile, Thravik,
Huh?
we paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible. The conchas in the ground. He's on like the fourth stanza of Because I Could Not Stop for Dead. He's just been muttering the whole thing to himself this whole time.
How's Rashid taking this, Mortis?
Rashid is a little unnerved by the death poetry happening next to him. But is holding his crap together and is ready to do some sort of famous maneuver here to get us out of this if need be.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is, Threvik, are you taking out your unshun blade and just like carving symbols into the console just for the fun of it, or are you just keeping it together okay for that?
He's not carving anything. He's just touching the blade, and I think he finishes because I could not stop for death and immediately starts to In Flanders Fields.
Boy, you got some depressing poetry there, Commander.
He likes poetry and he's a warrior. There's very, very specific, narrow points where these interests
Let me go when
intersect.
it gets to Charge of the Light Brigade. I think that's when you know that things are going bad.
Yes.
Nella is actually calling down to sickbay right now. Nella to Dr. Vorl.
This is Dr. Vorl. Go ahead.
How is Ensign Tenman? How is he? Is he doing okay?
He is in quite a bit of discomfort and distress. We are attempting to isolate the problem with the incident and assist him with recovery.
Okay. But he's stable, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
Are you all right, Commodore?
I think an old friend is back.
Okay, I will be to the bridge momentarily.
I don't know if you read any of your freaking backstory.
I did.
Okay,
yes.
good. Got it. Before you go, leaving him in the hands of like Lieutenant Ensign Tyson, who has no medical training.
Well, surely I've got a staff down there.
I didn't think to put them in. We ran out of money for this episode because we had to build the sets.
The staff arrives Tuesday.
Yeah, the medical staff arrives. You left Starbase 28 in a hurry, and most of them are still. You're rounding up your staff. I get the suspicion that they're party animals, just to piss you off. That they go off and make
Gotcha.
themselves unfindable during shore leave. But what I'm going to do is, you do notice, you do take a final scan of Tenman before he goes, and the levels of excitation are dropping tremendously. So it's way back within normal range.
Okay.
So whatever it is
That's good.
either washed over him, but his brainwaves look, I wouldn't want to say the word square, but square. Whereas most of them are more organic, this is sort of a bit of an inorganic rhythm and thing to his patterns.
Obviously, the neuroepinephrine worked,
Yes,
just like I thought it would.
absolutely. He is totally fine now. You fixed him. And what I want to do is, the ship begins receiving a signal, flooding the navigation beam that Commander Threvik. You're also kind of doubling up as navigator or helm or ops. So what you've got is, if you want to roll a con and control.
So I'm finally starting to snap out of whatever this was.
Or you can be singing while you do it. Gilbert and Sullivan is often used when you're flying starships. British tar seems to be a favorite among the pilots.
Oh, did you see the bottle of Andorian ale?
Oh, was that
redeemed.
was that what he redeemed?
Yeah.
You gotta paste the whole thing in, Cam.
Oh.
Come on. You're doing this for free. Get with it.
Okay, so said con and control.
Con and control. The two cons. You're running a con game.
Well, despite the con involved, I only have one success.
What? Pandora Dale for Xanthus. Okay, we're gonna put that somewhere for next week. I like the idea you just start wandering the halls, reciting poetry, and just hitting the ale, which does have to be served at like minus 75 centigrade.
He is the very model of a modern major general.
Yeah. I'm doing this. It's mine. You just watch your antennas just flip around. But you do get one success, which is good. There is a signal coming in over the navigation beam, and I'm going old school with that because that's how they called it back then. And just a string of digits is just ripping through. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, so basically the doctor's on the bridge now. I'm skipping the elevator.
And I'm gonna head over to the Commodore and just kind of stand beside her and observe. See.
Yeah, she's rocking one out. You swear she's rocking one out.
Trying not to fart?
Yeah, basically. It's not Lady
If I
Luck.
didn't know any better, I'd think she drank some magnesium citrate, Doctor.
Yeah, she's Nell is really putting she's kind of starting to sweat.
All right, I think maybe I need to ask: would you like me to mind meld to alleviate the issue?
I don't know if I don't know if that's what we need right now. On the bridge, she looks at you on the bridge.
I can assume command, Captain. No worries.
What's sorry, I missed the beginning of your statement.
I can assume command, Captain. No worries.
Oh yeah, that you absolutely know that's just gonna snap her back. It's like a free power up for her. She does go. I don't know if this is the right time to go trusting telepathic powers. And speaking of which, how is the lieutenant? How is the ensign? Even though I just asked you about him.
Is stabilizing.
Okay. Good.
So please allow me to give you something to help with your pain.
Well, as long as you don't go all oh God, what is his name? Damn it. Spock's brother, Cybok. As long as you don't go all Cybok on me, we'll be fine.
Okay. I'll give her a cortical analeptic.
Does that make me poop?
Cortical? No.
Gonna poop out my head. I don't want to poop out my head again.
I don't. Maybe I misread this. Is this
cortical epidural?
This is okay. So maybe I misunderstood exactly what my knowledge is on the Commodore here. I will give whatever appropriate medicine is for that.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
All right.
Yeah, you're not totally sure. Because also this is a treatment thing you haven't treated before ever. You've been doing, and I will say you've been doing some moderate scans and research, but not a whole lot. So it's still kind of uncharted territory. Partially because you're not allowed to contact anybody else about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll open up her hand, put 2 aspirin in it, and close and say, "Take them and call me in the morning."
She immediately slams those babies back. She just chews them. She just stares out at the view screen at this. What am I looking at? And she's just chewing aspirin.
I think Thravik is finally starting to shake it off, though he had started into a Andorian poem, Red Ice, White Snow.
Oh, God. Is that a real thing?
If it's not, I'm making it up.
Good. Because I like world building. I do. I don't know if Zoe, would you like to try and like look at whatever it is that major clue that the GM has kept throwing through the nav beam at anybody?
I've missed it. Is it the hangar that we've landed in?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, Xanthus, if you've got it back together enough, you do notice that there's just a stream of there's a stream of data flooding through your console, but it's like just a series of digits. It's not like, it's being overwhelmed with the entire encyclopedia getting shoved through it. It's just one focused string of numbers.
Wait. You mean that's important?
Could be. I think that the drama with the Commodore and whatever the hell is happening with the bad brunch on Starbase 28 catching up with him.
All right,
but
I told her not to eat the Taco Bell.
Yeah, I know.
The bad
I know, Zoe. I know you warned me not to go to that lunch shuttle, but it just looks so tempting.
That is not authentic Mexican. That is absolutely not.
Oh no, but it was. I mean, who knew that a frozen fish tacos would be so good and just be so bad later on?
So bad.
I mean, I think it's because of the white mustaches.
Stretches up the nose and breaks out a lighter and just kind of lights it around the captain.
Yeah.
Commodore.
Doc,
we will use our computer expertise to try to analyze this incoming data.
Are you, Rob? Thank you for attempting to move the plot forward.
Yep.
Dr. Burrell, we'll work on your loot drop, but I think I might want to I got an idea. So what you're going to do is it's a single string of digits, and you're sitting there just grinding it out. You're going to do you have anything like mathematics? Anything you can talk me into that would be mathematics based?
Computer expertise whenever she attempts a task involving programming or the study of computer systems. It's a talent. No physics. Maybe if it's like
let's go with you have to program up a complex search. You're trying to run the numbers through a filter program, so I'll give you the computers option on that. Like you're involving setting up some kind of a program to do the analysis. Because I'd love you to have some special talent insight to this.
All right. Well, I'm going to use my dedication since we're coming to the end of the session as well.
So your what is it? Your dedication or your determination? Well, you only get one of those per show. Per biggie.
Oh, I thought it was per session.
Unless I'm missing something. Let me double check.
No.
I think it's a forever thing. There are 30 matches for determination. Drop
each mission. Yeah.
Each mission. Okay. Well, you could say my mission is to go to the head, and then you use your determination, and then you come back out, and it's a new mission.
We'll save it. We'll save it. I'm sure there's going to be a much more important time to use it.
There'll be times. But yeah, go ahead and throw your. I didn't even give you attributes. You're looking at either control or insight and science.
Yeah.
Your choice.
Okay, 14. So 14, I'm going to use a momentum, and she gets a free die for computer expertise, so that's 4d20.
Okay. The free die you get is first is free, and the second die costs you 2.
Okay. Well, the first one. The first one is free because of her expertise.
Right, and then but what you're doing is you're technically buying a second die.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a weird thing. It took me a while to wrap my head around it, and I'd been playing wrong for a while. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. But it does save you a momentum.
And is our free momentum accurate?
I don't know who's keeping track.
Okay.
Mortis?
All right.
I had us at 4.
You had half the job.
I had us at 4.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that we're at 4.
I'll use 2 then for that extra die, just to make sure we can.
Okay.
figure the data out. So that's 4 dice.
Okay.
we
Let
go.
her rip, sir. When you're buying
That's
dice,
what you
you're
wanna
buying
hear.
a complication.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
yeah. So I got an 8, a 15, and a 17. This one has a 0 on 2 sides. That is really screwing it. Oh, this is a weird D10.
Oh, it's
or
a
something.
D10. Okay. So what you can do is go evens odd on your second die.
I'll
Odds.
just roll. I have another
Odds
one.
are
I'll roll
20.
it.
No, I want to keep the 0, bro. We'll go with a 50-50 chance. It's either a 10 or a 20.
Or a 20.
If you roll high on your D20, it's a 20, and if you roll low on your D20, it's a 10.
I didn't even know this is a 20-sided D10.
I think I think that's technically the only good.
That's the old
That's
school.
old school, yeah. Because
Yeah, that's old school. You would have to color in
do you
Color
have,
the
did
hand.
you
high,
have,
high side.
do you have a crayon?
Yeah. Oh, they're colored with ink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, that's nostalgia right there.
Yeah.
This one glows in the dark.
Yeah.
That's probably worth like $100
Very
for that
nice.
dice.
This glows in the dark. This one. So.
Okay. You say watch, and then you shut your camera off, which I think would be funnier.
I'll do it up.
All right. So how did what's our indeterminate 10 or 20?
I got a 3.
All right, that's a 10 then. So it looks like you got, let me see, 1, 2, 3 by my count. 3 successes.
Yes. That's right.
Okay. You needed 2 successes to crack the code, and that gives you back. You have 1 spare momentum if you need to spend it on asking a question, and I think you actually get a spare question too, right?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think Zoe has like incisiveness. Testing theory, no. Dedicated focus, computer expertise, faith at the heart. Okay, maybe it's not. No, maybe it was the doc that got that.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's
Okay.
okay. So,
Yep.
I guess we want to know what the data is first of all, and then
Yep.
can we identify the source?
Okay.
I mean, I know we're in a docking bay, but is there like a particular structure or location within this facility that it's originating
from? Okay, so what you have is you have a string of digits, and that string of digits is you actually kind of can you laugh to yourself about how simple this was?
Okay.
So you can decide what to do with it, but that's what the string of digits represents.
Okay.
You can keep that to yourself.
No, I was just looking it up, so I have the.
Oh,
actual
I
number.
apologize. Okay, yes. Well, by now it's at about the 30,000th place. So
Okay, and the second thing.
I think that's the second thing is
Location.
it's believe it or not, it is it's coming in on the nav beam, which means it's wherever the nav beam is pointed, which is directly ahead of the ship.
Okay. Captain, we're receiving an intelligence signal on our nav beam. It's a massive data feed through the feedback loops.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's not whale song. It's
I
a
like
number.
the idea better of. Can you do that in whale? I have a focus.
It's a number 31141592653589793223466433832795028844197.
Are you sure it's not like Morse code? Because I know that.
No, it's a number. It's pi, Captain.
What the hell?
And we've received it to the 30,000th decimal.
Oh, is it? Does it repeat or no? It actually, as a thing, it is continuing to run. it's just, blowing through. And actually, you may have almost missed it. That was part of your computer program, is you were able to salvage the beginning of the sequence
I see.
because it had blown through past Commander Poetry. So before you could snatch the beam up.
So clearly we're dealing with intelligent life here, Captain.
Well, I need to know if I can talk to it. Yeah, it's intelligent, but what's it want with us, and why did it bring us here?
Well,
I think it wants a slice of pie. I could go for one myself.
life can flourish anywhere, Captain.
Yeah, but this is such a weird void, and what I'm gonna do is, and most importantly, if it's trying to reach us, what do we say to it? And what I'm gonna do at that point is I'm gonna stop the. I'm gonna leave us on a cliffhanger. Well, what do we say back to it?
Sure.
And I want to say, whoops, sorry.
I have ideas for next time.
You have ideas for next time? I don't. That's why I have a module. You don't have to have ideas. You have a book. It's written out. But what I want to do is we have a pending advantage for Cam again. Oh, this item is on cooldown. Ha ha. Too bad. Sorry, Cam, you're screwed. You're gonna have to wait till next week to gather up your boons. But what I wanted to say is, everybody, hey, thanks for playing. Does anybody have anything they want to do? Are any of you on socials or streams or anything like that you want to advertise out before we sign out, or are you all